Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of online learning. I hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend, and I am excited to dive back into all of the lessons with you guys. So, our health joke of the day, or of the lesson, I guess, shows a man trying to get into the Centers for Disease Control, and the notice says, please watch your strep, like strep throat, not your step, which is what it normally is. Okay, so diseases that spread, lesson number 3. Alright, so to do right now on a piece of paper, name ways that pathogens can enter the body and ways that you can prevent pathogens from spreading. Write as many as you can remember on a piece of paper. Aim for at least 2, and you can pause the video if you need to, but I'm going to keep going, okay? So, our job today. We have 2 TEKS that we're looking at. TEKS 4.2b, describe the basic function of major body systems, such as the circulatory and digestive systems. And then TEKS 4.5b, identify different pathogens and explain how the body protects itself from pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, and fungi. So, our objective, the learner will identify 3 first line and 3 second line defenses in the body and explain how they work. So, the body's defenses. Pathogens are everywhere. You've probably heard me say it, maybe Miss Leonard, maybe Mrs. Cryer, maybe your parents, but pathogens, germs, they're everywhere. And you want to know what? You're healthy probably most of the time. So how is this possible? You have 2 main defenses in your body that protect you against getting diseases that pathogens carry. So we have 2 main defenses. The first line defenses work to keep pathogens out of your body. And then your second line defenses go to work when pathogens have actually entered your body. So, our first line defenses, they're like a suit of armor, right? Think about the knights of old. They get the chain link, it's covered head to toe. And then again, first line defenses, suit of armor. They are the defenses that will meet your pathogens as they try to attack your body. Okay, so there are 6 of them. The first one is unbroken skin, which keeps pathogens from entering the body through the skin membrane. Okay, so that means whenever you have cuts in your skin, that's why it's always a good idea to wash it with soap and water and then cover it up with a Band-Aid. Then tears. Who thought tears would be actually a good thing? They wash away dust particles that may contain pathogens, and they also contain substances that can kill many pathogens. Number 3, mucus. Mucus traps dust and pathogens and keeps them from reaching your lungs. Number 4, the tiny little hairs in your nose, they trap dust and pathogens that you inhale, and you get rid of them by sneezing, coughing, and blowing your nose. Number 5, saliva. Saliva contains a chemical that kills some pathogens in food that when you chew your food. Then number 6, stomach acids. They are strong enough to kill many pathogens that could be on food you eat. Okay. So, now, our second line defenses. There are 3 of them, and they help fight off pathogens that make it past your first line of defenses. But don't get me wrong, these second line defenses are no joke. These guys are the big, tough bullies on the playground that want to get rid of those pathogens out of your body. So, your first one, white blood cells. They are blood cells that fight off illness if pathogens get into the body. They do this one of 2 ways. They can either surround and destroy pathogens, or they actually move out of your bloodstream and into body tissues to attack pathogens. So your second line defense are antibodies. They are a substance that your body makes to fight a pathogen that's attacking you. Antibodies help us to become immune to diseases once we've had them. So let's say that you get the chicken pox when you're really young. Whenever you get the chicken pox, your body will build up antibodies to help you, so that if you were ever to get chicken pox again, these antibodies would fight it off right away, and then you wouldn't get it again. Or maybe you would have a less intense version of it. And then number 3, one most of us are familiar with, vaccines. They're substances that make you immune to a disease without ever having the disease. So, for instance, tetanus. I've gotten a couple of tetanus shots, and that helps prevent me from getting the pathogen or the disease of tetanus should I ever get it. But I've never had it, but I am theoretically immune to it. So, just some review, some ways to stay well: eat healthy foods, be physically active at least 30 minutes per day, take a nice walk around the neighborhood. I know our options are limited right now, but take a walk around your neighborhood, go outside and play with your brothers and sisters, or even maybe try to do some exercises indoors. Exercising for 30 minutes per day makes your heart, muscles, lungs, and your bones stronger, which we can always do more with. So, your last one, get plenty of rest and sleep. There's a difference between rest and sleep. Rest is a period of relaxation, and sleep is a period of deep relaxation. 9 to 10 hours of sleep per night is recommended. When you sleep, it gives your body organs the chance to rest and repair. And here is our Healthful Habits Kit. Wash your hands often. Avoid touching or eating uncooked meats and if you do, wash your hands really, really, really well afterwards. Use universal precautions when you're near body fluids, like blood. Don't touch blood that you don't know whose it is. Do not share cups, straws, or eating utensils. Keep your hands away from your face. Avoid people when they're sick. Use a tissue when you cough or sneeze, and do not share towels, combs, brushes. So, review. Our job today was to identify 3 first-line and 3 second-line defenses in the body and explain how they work. So we talked about the 6 first-line defenses: unbroken skin, saliva, mucus, the tiny hairs in your nose, tears, and stomach acids. Then we talked about our 3 second-line defenses: antibodies, white blood cells, and vaccines. And then we also talked about how they work. So, is our job here done today? Check. So, for your Lesson 3 assignment, last week you identified healthful behaviors in your life that you are able to do often and ones that you need to work on. Choose one of the habits that you need to work on, and I want you to write 3 action steps that you can take to reach your goal. You can use the Diseases Lesson 3 assignment interactive worksheet in Google Classroom as a template to complete your assignment. But if you can't print it out, just use regular notebook paper. And also make sure to complete your lesson MOL on Google Forms. So, just as an example, let's say my goal was to exercise 3 days a week for 45 minutes. My 3 action steps might be: keep a journal of when I exercise and what I do for exercise and the time I spend exercising. Maybe have an accountability partner. Pick somebody, maybe my roommate, who would exercise with me. And then also I could do some research online for exercises that I could do for 45 minutes. So that's just an example of a goal that you could have and 3 action steps that you can take to achieve that goal. Now, your extension activity. This one is kind of cool. So this is called a germ diary. So for one day, just one day, keep a written diary entry in which you describe anything you may have done that involved spreading or picking up germs. Make sure you write down any protective measures you may have taken to prevent the spread of germs. So think about everything you've touched or eaten, and then think about, did you wash your hands? Did you use any cleaning supplies? Think about all those things as you write down in your germ diary. Alright, guys, it is great to see you again virtually. I am, again, just so proud of the hard work that you're putting in. Keep continuing to do so, and we love you much. Bye, guys.